Greetings. I am Elder-Elect Leah Moore of Victory Christian Ministries, Victorious Christian Fellowship International, where the Very Reverend Bishop Roberta Moore is the presiding prelate. Victorious Christian Fellowship International is a fellowship comprised of ministries of like-minded faith, looking to build the portion of the kingdom that God has given us with souls who love God and who are willing to work for His glory. Well, family, guess what? We made it to day 3, which means we have 7 days left to make up our minds if we actually want to break the it that is trying to break us. And then we have an additional 30 days to do what, y'all? Put in the work. Today, we will tackle what it means to break something. We've been doing this for the past 3 days, and today, to break will equal to separate with violence. Once again, to break will equal to separate with violence. Now, some of you may already be able to discern where I am going with this. However, take this journey with me today. Matthew 11, we're going to do a little bit of reading today. So Matthew 11, verses 1 through 12, and it reads, Now it came to pass when Jesus finished commanding his 12 disciples that he departed from there to teach and to preach in their cities. And when John had heard in prison about the works of Christ, he sent 2 of his disciples and said to him, Are you the coming one, or do we look for another? Jesus answered and said to them, Go and tell John the things which you heard and saw. Go and tell John the things which you hear and see. The blind see, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. And blessed is he who is not offended because of me. And they departed, and as they departed, Jesus began to say to the multitudes concerning John, What did you go out into the wilderness to see? A reed shaken by the wind? But what did you go out to see? A man clothed in soft garments? Indeed, those who wear soft clothing are in the king's house. But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I say to you, and more than a prophet. For this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before your face, who will prepare your way before you. Assuredly, I say to you, among those born of women, there has not risen one greater than John the Baptist. But he who is the least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. And from the days of John the Baptist unto now, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. We see that the diligent messenger of Christ was in prison, that is, John the Baptist. And he heard of Jesus and the miracles that he was performing and sent word asking, Are you the one I am doing this for, or should I look for someone else? That's basically what he was saying. Point 1. Know your miracle when you see it. Jesus basically sent word back and said, You already know what time it is. Miracles are being performed. The word is being preached. And blessed are those who are not offended, because I am the one. Point 2. Know who you are and what you are called to do. And do not take offense when you are not the one to do what we consider to be the big thing or to have the big title. People become bound when they compare who they are to others. Cut it out. We all are important to God. Isn't that what matters? People become bound when they compare who they are and what they do to others. Cut it out, saints. Let's do better. Lastly, Jesus asked the people, What did you come to see? Jesus asked them, What are you here for? Jesus was reminding the people to get their priorities straight. Because the bigger picture is not what I look like, But the bigger picture is the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. The people were focused on the wrong thing, therefore, they weren't getting the results that they were looking for. Some of them came with the right results. The ones who came to be healed were healed. The ones who came to see got their sight. The ones who came to hear got their hearing. The ones who came for a word from Jesus got the word from Jesus, but their priorities was right. The breaking news for tonight is focusing on the wrong thing distracts you from your breakthrough, your healing, and your forward movement. Again, the breaking news for tonight is focusing on the wrong thing distracts you from your breakthrough, your healing, and your forward movement. Know that being a child of God is a privilege. It is an honor, and it requires work and faith. Don't compare yourself to others. God wants you to be you, and He wants you to be who He created you to be. If He didn't, guess what? He would have created you as someone else. As Bishop said, He already has a T.D. Jakes. He already has a Juanita Bynum. He already has a Bishop Roberta Moore. He already has a Leah Moore. He wants you to be who He created you to be. You have purpose in His kingdom. Breakthrough can be violent, meaning the work required can take drastic physical, emotional, and spiritual work. We have to put in the work, whether it be physical, emotional, or spiritual. We have to put in the work. Trust the process and go through it. Don't just see the process and know what it'll take and not go through it. That's a waste of time. That's not effective. Trust the process and go through it. Take back your way of life. If you put in the work, God would honor it. So once again, the breaking news for tonight is focusing on the wrong thing distracts you from your breakthrough, your healing, and your forward movement. Remember yesterday on day 2 when we said that we have to renew our minds? We have to be careful of what we focus on. We have to be careful of what we meditate on. The key to breaking the it starts in your mind. The key to breaking the it that is trying to break you starts in your mind. Once again, I am Elder-Elect Leah Moore of Victory Christian Ministries and Victorious Christian Fellowship International, where the Very Reverend Bishop Roberta E. Moore is our presiding prelate. Stay tuned for the events that we have in store for our 40 Days Until It Breaks movement. Pages to look out for is the Bishop Roberta Moore page, the Victory Christian Ministries page, and the Victorious Christian Fellowship International page, and of course yours truly. If you need prayer, please put it in the chat, and I will absolutely count it an honor to pray for you. Thank you for watching Breaking News, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, and good night.